Hey, what's up, guys? Marky Mark here. Welcome to my channel. It is hot out here this afternoon, this evening, guys. It'll cool down pretty quickly, though. But I'm actually sitting in front of the massage place here on the boulevard in Dipolog, Philippines. And I forgot to tell you guys, I actually got my first massage a few days ago. My very first. I'm 63 years old, guys, and I've never gotten a professional lay on the bed type massage ever in my life. And so I had no clue what I'm supposed to do. But I do have a massage mentor now. I got a good friend who's an expert at getting massages, and he was telling me some things because I was just talking to the lady, running my mouth and everything, and she finally just had to tell me, "Sir, I need you to be quiet because you're disturbing the other customers." And I had no clue, man. And my massage mentor, shout out to Dave, shout out to Dr. Dave, my massage mentor now. He said, "Yeah, Mark, you kind of kill the, you're kind of like a killjoy if you're the only one in there talking and everybody can hear you." But guys, I had no clue. Hey guys, look, I'm going to be wiping my forehead because I thought I found a shady spot, but evidently it's not as shady as I thought it was going to be. But guys, you know I don't edit, right? You know I don't edit. I just let it flow. So I'm gonna be wiping my face and talking about off-topic things. But thanks for supporting my channel, guys. We actually just hit 500 subscribers, and you know we all got to start somewhere. So Marky Mark finally got it going. It took a while, man. I was stuck at like 480 forever, it seemed like, but congratulations, we did it. We surpassed 500 now, and so the next landmark, of course, is going to be 1,000, baby, 1K. But the topic that I want to talk about today is a little bit different because I've been getting a little bit of pushback, a little bit of I don't know if I want to call it pushback, but I appreciate the comments, guys, and I do my best to reply to everybody's comment. But I appreciate your concern for me. You know, some of y'all are outright worried about me that I'm going to screw up and, possibly get the wrong person and have my whole life destroyed. And I get it because I was where you are, guys. And some of y'all that are giving me advice, not all of you, but some of y'all that are giving me advice, with all due respect, you've never been to the Philippines. I've been to the Philippines 4 times, guys. This is not my first rodeo, as I mentioned to some of y'all. I've been to the Philippines 4 times. Um, Matter of fact, I was even married to a Panay in northern Luzon, and so yeah, I know the Philippine culture. I know the Philippine women. I know the family orientation, and I know the scammers. I know the scammers. I dated online. Matter of fact, I think the dating site is Filipina Cupid, right? I was on that before it became Filipina Cupid. It was actually called Filipina Hearts. See, some of y'all don't even know that. It was called Filipina Heart back in 20, 2007, 2008. Yeah, it was called Filipina Heart back then. That's how I went. That's where I met my Filipino wife. Um, of course we're divorced now, but yeah. So guys, this is not my first rodeo. So the young lady that I told you about that I'm going to be meeting in Davao, I know some of y'all even had concerns about that. Don't worry, it's going to be fine, okay? She and I, we were broke up for about 4 or 5 months. I broke up with her. And I won't go into the reasons and everything, but we're back together now, and I'm glad we're back together now. And just like in a relationship that's face to face, whether it's in the States, whether it's in any other country, if you're talking to somebody face to face, like you're dating somebody, they're living in your city. Most folks date people that's in their own city, right? Everything's not going to go perfect. You're gonna have breakups. You're gonna have things that happen. But somewhere down the line, don't you eventually sometimes end up talking to them again, end up asking for forgiveness, uh, end up admitting that you were wrong, end up saying, you know what, that guy or that gal was the best thing that ever happened to me. I blew it. I screwed up. I want you back, baby. And you don't take them back all the time. You don't take them back all the time. But sometimes you're like, you know what, let's give it another shot. I mean, how many of y'all are married right now, happily married, and it's with a woman or a man that you had actually broke up with, or maybe you didn't even like them in the beginning? So it's no difference with the LDR, with a long distance relationship, guys. And I'm going to title this one, Most women are good in the Philippines. I'm going to give it a title like something like that, that most of the women in the Philippines are good women. 9 out of 10 of them are good women. Now, I can't really say the same thing for online. If you're dating online, like I'm a so-called self-proclaimed expert at, right? Because I've done it for so long. I've probably been online longer. Let me see, 2008, 2018 is 10 years. 2028 is 20 years. Yeah, I've been online, guys, for 18 years. Matter of fact, I even started back when it was MySpace. Some of y'all don't know. Yeah, back when it was MySpace, I had my first LDR with a Filipina. Her name was Zichi. Her nickname was Zichi. I still remember it. I don't even know if she's still alive now, but her nickname was Zichi. Zeechie, right? She had a girlfriend named Rachel. I remember that, guys. That was back in 2007, 2008. Some of y'all might not have been born back then. So, I appreciate everybody's advice, and I do listen. Some of it I may not listen to because I've already been there before, okay? But sometimes you guys give some good advice. So that's why I always say that I appreciate your concern. I appreciate your advice and different things like that. But most of the women here in the Philippines are good women. And I mean the young ones from 20 years old all the way up to the ones that are 40 and 50 years old. They're good women and they have good intentions and they really are looking for good men. You know, good men to do what they're supposed to do anyway, and that is to love their women, to provide for their women, to raise good families. That's what they're looking for. They're not all looking to scam you and, gold dig and all that stuff. Most of us don't even have any gold. Let's be real. I know, look, Marky Mark don't have no gold. I'll be the first to admit, I have no gold, okay? But I want you to stop thinking that just because, like in my situation, just because I'm going to fly, right now I'm in Dipolog, just because I'm going to set up, buy the ticket, take the energy, and fly from Dipolog to Davao, and then take a 2-hour cab drive from Davao Airport to where my girlfriend is, okay? And that I'm going to get hurt, that I'm wasting my time, that she's just trying to get what she can out of me. Guys, we all are trying to get what we can out of people. Let's be real. If you're a guy, you're trying to get what you can out of a woman that you like, right? You're trying to get love. You're trying to get attention. You're trying to get children. You're trying to get intimacy. You're trying to get all that stuff, right? What is she trying to get? She's trying to get protection. She's trying to get security. She's trying to get babies. She's trying to get a home. She wants your love. You want her respect. So let's stop acting like all the women in the Philippines, all they want is your money. There's 9 out of 10 women here, and it might even be higher than that. It might be 9.5 women out of 10 have good intentions, just like the women in the United States. In the beginning, they all have good intentions. 50% of all marriages, 50%, guys, 50% of all marriages in the United States end in divorce. I don't care how much in love and this and that, goo-goo feelings and all that stuff. The daddy loves you, her mama loves you, her sisters love you. I don't care about all that. The stats don't lie. 50% of all marriages end up in divorce. And if you take relationships as a whole, marriages and long-term engagements and boyfriend, girlfriend, I promise you, it's 60 to 70% easy that end up separated. Maybe 80% easy that end up separated within a few years. So I'm here to take up, and I'm going to do an interview, guys. I might even do an interview here at Dipolog before I leave Dipolog and go to Davao to be with my girl. I may do an interview of one or two young Filipino ladies, or maybe some Filipino ladies in their 30s, and just do a brief interview. I've never done an interview before. Okay, I've been interviewed multiple times at different things, but I've never done an interview, especially on this type of a platform with YouTube. But I'm going to do an interview, and I'm going to interview one or two Filipina ladies. And I'm going to ask them some questions that you might be wanting to ask them, right? The gold digger questions. Do you think most girls are here to scam people overseas? Guys, look, I'm going to give you some advice that I did not take, okay? I'm going to give you some advice that I did not take. But just because I did not take it doesn't mean it's good. It doesn't mean it's not good advice. And here's what it is. If you haven't been to the Philippines yet, you can watch all the YouTube videos you want, and I suggest that you do. Watch the good ones, the bad ones, the YouTube, just watch all of them because you want to get an idea of everything that's going on here in the Philippines as far as culture, family, relationships, oceans, mountains, different areas of the Philippines. Some people say the Philippines. Well, where in the Philippines? You got a huge island of Luzon. You've got where I am, a huge island of Mindanao. You got huge cities like Davao. You got small cities like Dipolog. You got crowded cities like Manila. You got good spots in Manila. You got crowded spots in Manila. It's so many things. So you just can't say, I want a woman from the Philippines. Where in the Philippines? See, you need to do your research. You need to do, and this is what I did, guys. This is what I did. And I'm still doing. I'm still learning. Even though I'm here in the Philippines, I'm still educating myself, or as my mother says, educating myself, right? I'm still educating myself and still learning because no matter how much you learn, you're still going to make mistakes. You're still going to make mistakes. But here's the advice that I'm going to give you that I didn't take, and most of you won't take. Okay, I already know. Most of you won't take it. But here's the advice, guys. It's okay to play around on the dating sites and things like that. But guys, don't get into a committed relationship long distance like I do. Okay? Here's why. And you young guys out there that's trying to retire early, maybe you're a digital nomad, or maybe you got an online business, or maybe you're very successful in network marketing, maybe you're a trader, you're doing really good at trading, or you got a pile of money in the bank, maybe somebody left you an inheritance or something. Here's what you do. You come over here first. And I've heard many YouTubers say that. Don't get a serious relationship thinking, oh, I found the one long distance, she's beautiful, blah, blah, blah. See, like, that's what I did with the one that I'm going to see in Davao. And we had a long distance relationship, guys, for 2.5 years. But it was 2.5 years. It wasn't 2.5 weeks. It wasn't 2.5 months. I've talked to her almost daily, video, texting. I know what her brothers and sisters, I know their name. I know I've met the mother online. Just all those things. I've had close to 500 videos and pictures of her and, birthdays. I know her birthday. I know this. I know that. She knows this. She knows that about me. She's concerned about my health. I'm concerned about her health. All of that stuff. And that takes years, at least a year of daily contact. Not 2 or 3 months. You can't even come close to knowing anybody in a few weeks or a few months, especially long distance. So what my advice, unsolicited advice to you is this. Get your money together, get your funds together, and get your butt over here to the Philippines. Get over here to the Philippines, guys. You got the pick of the litter. Whether you like tall, short, petite, thick. Yeah, I said thick. Guys, if you had been in Jollibee, where I was a couple of days ago, I didn't even know that Filipinas could be that thick. And you black guys know what I'm talking about. Thick and gorgeous. Yeah, they got them all over here, guys. And I mean, I don't mean, because I know some of y'all saying, well, they got them all everywhere. Well, that's coming from somebody that hasn't been to the Philippines. Y'all just don't know. There's a reason why some of these YouTubers have been here 8, 9, 10, 12 years. Guys, get your butt to the Philippines. And when you get here, take your time. Enjoy. Walk the boulevard or go through the city or whatever it is that you are. And just meet these ladies. They're looking for good men. They're looking for good men. And not every Filipino wants to go out of the country. That's another thing you guys got to get out of your head. See, some of y'all think all the Filipinos just trying to do is get a green card and go over to the United States. Go now. Some of them, yes, that's their dream, and there's nothing wrong with that, guys. My dream was to move to the Philippines. There's nothing wrong with that. But there is a huge demographic of beautiful Filipino women, good, high quality Filipino women. They don't want to leave their country. Matter of fact, most of the Filipinos have never even traveled. They've never been on the three major islands of the Philippines. If they live in Luzon, they've never been to Mindanao. Most of them. If they've been to, wherever, what's up, man? They've never been outside of their area. So you could be a blessing to them, just like they're going to be a blessing to you. Okay, just trust me. They're going to be a blessing to you guys. But you can be a blessing to them by taking them to different islands of the Philippines, traveling around. Go to Mindanao, go to Luzon, go to, I forget what the other one is, right? But just go to different islands, go to different resorts, enjoy yourself, learn the Philippines. Guys, there's over 7,000 islands in the Philippines. You got more than enough to do, more than enough romantic spots. If you like the mountains, you're going to go to Baguio. If you like the oceans, you can come to, you know, uh, anywhere this near the ocean, basically. Okay, but don't put all Filipinos in a shell, guys. They're not all trying to gold dig. There's more good Filipinos than not good Filipinos. These Filipinas, yes, they're looking for good men, and don't be a bad dude. Treat them right, love them. They'll treat you with respect. They'll everything that you ever wanted in a woman, you can find it in a Filipino woman. But you better be a good man and you better treat them right. So this vlog, I'm taking up for all the Filipino women. Most of them, 9 out of 10, 9.5 out of 10 are good women. Get your butt out of the chair, save your money, do what you got to do, work double time, overtime, triple time, get 2 and 3 jobs, whatever you got to do. But you need to get to paradise, guys. You need to get to paradise. I've never been so happy in my life. You guys seen the smile on my face. I've never been so happy in my life. And yes, I will be on that plane. Hopefully on Saturday, not this Saturday, but next Saturday, I will be getting on that plane, flying down to Davao, and I'm going to bring you along with me, okay? All right, guys, I love each and every one of you. I wasn't throwing any shade on any of you. I appreciate you guys following me. Thanks for the subs. Share, tell everybody about Marky Mark, Philippines Life. And remember, stay safe, keep your head on the swivel, and don't trust anybody 100%. You guys take care.